Hey everyone, it's Gerald and I just came back from a very exciting and insightful sharing session that I had. Basically today I was invited to be part of a discussion panel to NJC, and in this panel discussion we have four amazing YouTubers. I think everyone knows Kelvin Learn Investing, and then there's also Darren with the Tesla cars and Tesla stock, and there's also Alvin who actually owns a Tesla himself, and Boonti who frequently does deep dives into investing in stocks. So during the morning, we had a panel discussion where we share personal finance and investing tips to young students in NJC. And subsequently, after the sharing session, we then went out for lunch or brunch rather, and that's when all the juicy, nitty-gritty details about growing your business, growing the YouTube channel really came to light. And it is there I myself really gained a lot of perspective. And so in this video, I want to take the time to really condense my learning experience and really to share it with the world, so that it's not just me who benefit, but you can also benefit from basically picking the brains of all these amazing YouTubers out there. So there are three big takeaways that I've gained from chatting and learning from the YouTubers. So I'm just going to summarize, and really I just want to point out that the devil is in the details. Like everyone knows like general advice, right? Like work harder, work longer, long-term investing, but really the details matter a lot, and it is that little details that make you significantly better than others in your field. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the differences in the things that some of these YouTubers do and what worked for them and what I do that could be better. So then I think by comparing and contrasting, you can gain an insight, right, to the nitty-gritty details of the differences in the work that has been done that gave rise to tangible differences in results. So the first thing I've learned is really the level of focus required to succeed in YouTubing. So I think among all of us, Kelvin Learns Investing is the fastest growing YouTuber among us. And when I try to pick his brain to learn how did he grow so fast? Like for me, funny thing was that him and we actually started around the same time, and I remember back then, we were both at 1,000 subscriber mark, and very quickly he shot up to 10,000, 20,000, and I'm still at the 8,000, 7-ish, 8,000 subscriber mark. And really, it's the level of focus that he has when it comes to growing his YouTube channel. So when you're sharing with me, right, for me, I typically take about 8 hours to edit one video, and I make one, if not 1.5 video a week. Whereas Kelvin, right, he spends about 12 hours editing each video, the whole process from end to end. So that means he spent a lot more time to optimize the script, a lot more time to make sure that the video is a lot more engaging and punchy, keyword research, details of this sort, which I kind of missed out compared to him. So then that's first. And secondly, right, he actually spends or makes 3 videos a week minimum. So sometimes he makes 4 videos. So if you calculate, there's almost a good 40 hours a week dedicated just on growing his YouTube channel. So on my end, while I try to grow my YouTube channel, I'm also trying to balance like my crypto mining, setting up more rigs, my badminton academy, and as well as working on my home renovation right now. So by juggling so many things and not having that level of focus, or rather prioritizing sufficiently to grow my YouTube channel, the differences show. Like you can see that the channel growth has been very different from my channel versus his channel. So that's one very big takeaway to the level of detail as well as the hours and focus he has on growing his YouTube channel. And the second thing I've learned is really the scale of operations or work that is done, right? So Alvin is a crypto enthusiast, and in fact, he went ahead to start his own metaverse company. And when I try to pick his brain to kind of understand, like, hey, I'm also very curious or interested in cryptos. I set up helium mining, my GPU mining, and it takes up so much time. But instead of spending, we only have 24 hours a day, and instead of like me, where I try to learn everything and set everything up by myself, so I have to spend like 3 weeks just to set up all my mining rigs to make sure that they're ready. What Alvin did was that he partnered with a logistical expert and basically supercharged the entire process. So it is very interesting and uncomfortable to work with someone who may have skills that you don't have, so that you kind of lose a little bit of control. You're very uncertain, but by walking the difficult path and thinking big to try to scale his work, he managed to do things that were like 10x, maybe even 100 or 1,000x more than me. Just to give a simple example, I was trying to set up my helium mining, and I think I bought 5 sets in April last year. Until now, it's still not here yet because helium is really in short there's a short supply of helium running around. So what Alvin did was that he actually partnered with a logistical expert and managed to bring in 100 helium miners. So what's amazing about it, right, was that not only did he get the supplies on time, the setting up process was also much more efficient because it is actually very difficult, or there were a lot of bottlenecks when it comes to setting up the antenna, the gains, in order to mine cryptocurrency through the helium network. So by trying to partner with people, he actually got the scale up to, as of now, 10x to what I originally bought for myself. And in fact, he is like much further ahead because my helium rigs hasn't even arrived yet. So what I really learned is that I really need to think bigger and try to partner with people to get the best fit for our skills so that we can scale the work or the operation or the things that I want to do, the dream, right, a lot more efficiently so that we can get the whole project like 10x or 100x more compared to doing it on my own. Because the problem is that if you lock up your time in low value tasks, then basically you are unable to free up time to prioritize on high value work, like for example scaling the YouTube channel. So that's a huge wake-up call, right, for me to kind of prioritize and really partner with people so that I can get the maximum return of my time. And on to point number 3, which is that the beaten road is the safest. By chatting with them and learning from their experiences, it's quite obvious that all of the panelists that were there were very long-term thinkers. And not only were they long-term thinkers, they have walked a huge part of the journey. And I realized that by chatting with them, I can really start to quantify a lot of the difficulty, the challenges, the expectations, things that I would never have understood until I've walked that path, right? For example, when you try to scale YouTube, or you try to invest in things and expect certain X returns, you look at the numbers. A lot of things are numerical in nature, and you can only estimate so far. Unless you've experienced it, then you would get insights that you would not have gained just from forecasting, right? So then by learning from their insights, the roads that they have traveled, in scaling YouTube, in investing in cryptocurrencies, in investing in businesses, stocks and shares. The chat really helped me quantify milestones along the way, as well as certain guiding principles I can learn, and really helped me think and focus on the long term rather than day-to-day tasks that could be low value to my life. One very big example for me would be like, focusing on building crypto mining rigs. No offense to people who love crypto mining. It is good, to give me like relatively short-term high returns, and it's something that I'm relatively skilled at, building crypto mining rigs. However, over the longer term, it is much more sustainable and scalable to grow, for example, the YouTube channel to compete with my crypto mining rigs in terms of earnings, in terms of returns over the long term. Because the answer is that proof of work is not the most green as well as sustainable option, as well as the kind of earnings that I can expect from the YouTube end. So all in all, it was a very interesting session to both give back to the students in the junior college, as well as to really take in and absorb like a student from the other YouTubers who really are masters of their work. So before I end off, I just wanted to ask, have you ever met these YouTubers? What are some of the insights they give you? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.